Now that's a beautiful radio. The first video I posted, actually the first video I ever posted about this radio rebuild, we focused on rebuilding this electrolytic can here. Through that entire video, I didn't show you at all what the cabinet looked like or anything else really about the radio whatsoever. So I figured just to give you an idea of what that little guy goes to, I'll just do a quick video here and an overview before I start getting in there and working on the rest of the chassis. So there she is. I got this on eBay, and cabinet's really in great shape. I'm not going to do much to this. Wood refinishing is, again, it's not my forte, as I mentioned before. This one may require just some cleaning, and I think you can put sort of a light coat of a varnish or a lacquer on there to sort of bring the shine back. So we'll see. I'll look into that and see if that's a good option or not. But it's just, I saw it on eBay. I just had to have it. I particularly love the inlaid wood, the curves. Just a beautiful, beautiful radio. So just a little bit what I've done to prepare for work, and this is pretty typical of what I do. Although I haven't, I've only been doing this for a short time. I've already sort of developed sort of a routine. I showed you on the chassis in the previous video how I use the different materials. Could be just leftover boxes from Amazon, whatever you have around. You cut to size and use to. In this case, I use a protected dial. I mentioned the speaker so on the last video, and here's what I've done here with the speaker. Always a good idea. The speaker, you could argue, didn't require protection, but because it's already pretty damaged here. You can see I have some holes in the cone. So that'll probably be another video as well. We're gonna work on repairing those the cone using some different techniques from the other side, but that'll come later. When this radio shipped, it supposedly was in working order. When I received it, I don't really blame the seller for this. A lot of tubes had popped out of their places. This transformer actually was completely off keel. It's kind of held in place here. You have these lower. Let me get in there here. Move the light a bit for you. Pardon me. There's these lower legs. Brackets that fit in. And you would think that those legs would actually be, either bolted or perhaps welded to the main body, but they're not. They're just kind of held together using sort of there's an indentation on the metal that's sort of in the metal of the actual main body that sort of fits into these small hole here. It's hard to see right now. And that's it. It's just sort of held in with a little bit of tension. Just the pressure of the plate going up against the main body. So this had become dislodged, and it actually had knocked this tube out of place. So I did I haven't really tested this, but I did. The wiring did appear to be intact, and I was able to get it back in position and clean it up. I actually took it off the chassis. Without desoldering the leads, I was able to kind of lift it on its side, get underneath there, inspect the wiring, and clean it underneath, and snap those feet back in there, which was a little bit difficult. I did add some power to this afterwards without the tubes in it, and things seemed to be in order. It seemed to be working fine. And let's see here. This is just a sort of the other thing about with this radio when it shipped was the dial glass, which goes here, was actually dislodged and sort of hanging down on the bottom. So again, it's difficult to ship these old radios. They're fragile as it is. So if you are going to ship them, you've really got to go out of your way to. My gosh, you almost have to take them apart and sort of pack them individually, like I've done here. I think would be probably the best route, but most people aren't going to go through that. So the glass is in here. I've got it wrapped up and protected in a bag. Fortunately, it did not crack, and it looks great. And that's about it. So stay tuned for more.